This week we're sponsored by Pete's Pizzeria and Abortion Clinic, where yesterday's loss is today's sauce. You make them, we bake them. This week I'm joined by Lewis the Shamrock Rover, Long John Silver. It's actually Soccer Casey, a very limpy Dan, and as always myself, Liam. Hello Dan, you're a first time caller, 0-time listener, which is ironic as this podcast was partly your idea. But where have you been?
Well, I've had a bad knee is where I've been.
You've had a poorly knee.
Yeah, and then I just couldn't make last week, so my debut's 1 week late.
Yeah, you've ruined the podcast.
So have you wanted to donate £4 per month, you can help Dan.
Yeah, I've got a just giving page for my prosthetic.
We have a Kickstarter. Get it?
Oh, bad choice. Yeah.
Oh, good pun. Yeah, what's the goal set? £50,000, right, for the new knee. But so how long were you out, Dan?
So I had a 2-week recovery period after the operation, and then 1 week I was lucky enough to work from home, and then week number 4 back to as normal as can be.
Nice, not bad. We didn't even ask. How did it happen?
Well, I was playing football on a Sunday, as I did with like a six-a-side, like a league thing that we used to do, and really, like almost out of nothing, just like a 50-50 challenge. And from what I think happened was their knee hit my knee, and it just hit it in the worst place possible, and messed up some cartilage. But then when I've spoken to the doctor, they've said I've twisted it, and I don't remember doing that, so I don't even know how I've done it anymore.
It's always when you get up afterwards, isn't it? That's when you do damage to yourself. It's like.
So you say it's a 50-50. Was it equal force, and did you get them just as bad?
No, because they got me with the front of their knee, and they hit me on the side. So, if anything, they had the padding. So yeah, it was quite. It was pretty bad because I sat out for the rest of the game, which was only like 2 minutes, and then I went to get my stuff, and one of the guys was like, "Do you want to lift home?" I was like, "No, I'll be fine." And I stopped moving for like a minute, and then realized I couldn't actually walk.
Yeah,
so I had to get like helped to one of the guys' car and to give me a lift back, and then I had to get my parents to drive my brand new car back to theirs, which was terrifying because I thought if my dad crashed the car, he's not hearing the end of it, and I'm never speaking to him again.
It's funny, like, isn't it usually the other way around? Parents are worried about like you crashing the car, but now it's reversed.
Oh, it's brand new. It's my baby.
Fair. What
what
is it?
You never want your baby to crash.
It depends on how old it is. You can make another.
Yeah. What kind of car so we can enable all the stalkers out there?
Oh, it's just a lovely Ford Focus.
And what's the reg number, please?
Yeah. And this is where it's parked, and it's got one dodgy lock, but I leave the window open overnight as well. So
yeah, you joke, but that's the thing in Curacao, just leaving your windows open if you're parking at a dodgy place, because they'll break your windows to steal something. And if you have nothing in your car, it happened to me once already. If you have nothing in your car, now you have a broken window you got to fix.
So do people just leave them all wound down? So it's like
not all. Like, it depends on where you are. Like, for example, we literally tell tourists there's this place called the Blue Room, which is just like an underwater cave. I mean, like, you get to swim underwater, and then it's a cave. And so people park their cars and jump into water and then go do there. But when they come back, your car's broken into. So we literally tell everybody, just keep your fucking windows open and don't leave anything in your car, then you're fine. So
the crime in these third world countries.
Third world countries. I knew it was coming.
So Dan, how long were you in hospital?
About 4 hours.
Oh, that's not bad. So was that surgery? Did they put you under and then did stuff and you were done?
Yeah, then they operated on me. No, so they my appointment was like 7:30 in the morning. They were doing all the paperwork that you got to do when you get sort of checked in, and then by 8:50, I think I was on my way to the operating theatre, and then did your breathing in the sort of oxygen mask, and then I woke up about an hour later, and they were like, "Yep, yeah, your knee's all snipped. You couldn't repair it, so
It was your
just
knee,
cut."
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but we
Okay,
did a bit
okay.
extra, took a bit extra from the side, and it was the same area. It went down to my knees, and then I was recovering for like what 2-3 hours in sort of the ward, and then got my parents to pick me up, and then stayed there for 2 weeks.
In your car again, or did they come on their own?
No, I couldn't drive then, so my dad
Yeah.
picked me up in his car. Also brought the dog.
Ah,
Had to leave the dog in the hospital car park for like 10 minutes as well. So it was a nervy moment if the dog could manage that.
That's a sweet little treat.
What sort of drugs did they have you on? Because that's the danger, is if you're like saying stuff like high off on the anaesthetic or whatever.
So that's the thing. So I didn't realize I was being put under at that time. So like they have the drip thing that goes into your hand, and for some reason they couldn't find the vein in my hand. So they stabbed me about 5 times and wiggled that needle. And then
lovely.
you sort of feel your arm go a bit numb in like phases. And because I hate needles at the best of times, so I wasn't like looking or anything. So then he went, right, here's an oxygen mask, so just breathe into that. So I breathed in, and then he went, just take another deep breath. So I did, and then I don't remember anything until I woke up, and I wasn't like off my face when I woke up. I remember waking up and going, "Is it done?" Which is a stupid question if you've woken up in a recovery room.
Could you still walk straight?
I think it's fair.
No. So I was walking again about maybe an hour later, maybe.
Yeah. And did you have a sore ass?
I mean, I was like, well, I mean, there was blood.
Pause. Lewis. that came out confident, like man, that happened to me. Like I just want to find out if it happened to you too.
Doesn't that happen during every operation? I thought.
Yeah, because you don't remember anything during the operation,
See,
right?
it's even worse when it's a dentistry operation.
I thought the anaesthetic just did that, right? Everyone comes out with a gape, right?
Is that a thing?
And wake up in the alley.
And blood just dripping out of it. That's non-stop. Yeah. Why it's
Well,
friction burns?
Was it you've had a bad night when you wake up not remembering and have a bad taste in your mouth, pain in your ass, and a used condom on the floor?
Yeah, but just see the other guy. But but weirdly, mainly for the gays and the females. But if you go to the dentist and you gave a blowjob the night before, the dentist can actually see that's happened.
I heard that's a modern myth.
They can see like bruising apparently.
And it's that first-hand experience.
Well, it wouldn't be hand, would it? So, but yeah. So keep that in mind, Casey.
I had chiropractors can spot as well, because apparently there's 2 vertebrae that people always put out, like sucking dick. And they're like 90% of the time we see this injury, it's like somebody's been sucking a penis.
Apparently, X-rays can as well, because they can see when there's an extra bone inside you. Way. Oh, right, okay. I'm out. I'll see you guys next week. See you guys next week.
Good podcast.
Can we put a tumbleweed down there, please?
So once you were done touching knee tips and recovered, so you're back, you're full form now. Are you back playing football, or are you is that a ways away?
I've still got my number one nemesis, which is a staircase. It's still when I'm walking upstairs, I can feel my knee sort of crunch and grind, and it is absolutely rank. So whether I play football again is remains to be seen, I think.
No, I think that's just age, buddy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
You know what they say.
I should be hitting my prime at this age.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
Dan's career's ended early.
Wait, what? You're 16?
Yeah. No, football career. No, I'm not going to go there.
Careful.
Yeah, I was about to say that's too far.
That's not where I was going.
So I've got a dodgy knee as well, but it's a Scot who will go unnamed, shall we say, may have been wrestling me and put me into some concrete slabbing, and like once a year I'll just get I don't know if it'll get cold or wet or what, but just once a year, like it'll just like clam up and I'll get it. But the sort of the moral to take away from that story is don't wrestle Scottish people ever.
I feel like concrete slabbing is just slang for rough sex. So
Yeah,
is
I'd
that
say
what
so
happened,
too.
Liam?
Yeah,
I would say
A
so
few
too.
drinks were had.
you know.
Some
Yeah.
anaesthetic was used.
Not many drinks were needed though. I heard.
Just one with some drugs in it. For all you Dharma fans out there.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, you've got that to look forward to, Dan. Once a year, the weather will just go turn, and then your knee will sort of inflame up.
Crumble.
I have no idea why it does that. There must be a reason. I guess it's just.
Well, I think
Is that
cold
true?
makes your
No.
joints hurt. Like, because I think if you're in the cold a lot, you're more likely to get arthritis, aren't you?
But that's
Sorry, just to jump in, are we intending the viewer for this podcast to be the hospital staff or?
They did a good job.
yeah.
Yeah. So talking about dodgy tackles, did anybody watch the YouTuber footballer match?
Oh, I thought you were going for the
Yes.
porn star with the crooked penis.
Oh, I forgot about it. Yeah. No, wait, what?
What?
No, I thought you were talking about Adriana Chechik. Hasn't anybody seen this?
She's got
She
a
broke her
crooked
back.
penis.
No, she does.
She broke her back at TwitchCon.
Yeah, she broke her back. She was jumping in the foam pit at TwitchCon, and she broke her back in 2 places.
Oh, now I get all the breaking back comments on internet now. That makes sense.
I mean,
You
that
think-
woman suffered for her art, literally. But I mean, to break your back at TwitchCon, that's just weak. You know, she's survived quadruple penetration, and for a bit of foam to go awry, you know, that's shameful. You know.
I mean, same could be said with you. You managed that, and then a Scotsman managed to do an Ian.
Well, I've got experience.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, fuck. What do you do? Is she going to sue Twitch? Like, what? Do you think there was a waiver sign there? Like, how the fuck's that going to pan out? That's just a bit bizarre.
I don't. What was it that it was like some kind of foam stuff, right?
Yeah, it was like these big foam squares. It was big pit of them, but I don't know. They must get you to sign a waiver saying if you get injured, you know, you can't sue us or anything like that. But
I mean, have you ever been to an event where you have to sign that kind of thing?
no, good point. But they hide this shit in the T's and C's for like tickets and stuff, don't they?
You'd think the people that actually provide it to the event might have that as like an insurance thing, but
Yeah, but I mean, fuck it. Hopefully, she gets her bag. She sues whoever's responsible, and she gets some money out of it. Because fuck, she's going to be out of work. Maybe she can keep streaming on Twitch, but she's going to be out of her day job. Let's say.
Who is this? What does she do for work?
It's yeah, who are we talking about here? Never heard of her. Adriana Chechik, who? But no.
I was about to say, sounds like Putin's right hand man. That's probably a bad choice of words.
He wishes.
No, but going back to football, so the Careside football event thing. I think Lewis is the only one who's really seen it, haven't you?
I've seen some of it. I think me and you watched it together. And we watched the highlights, but that's
well. Liam would probably face in the other way.
I mean, that's why doggy style was invented.
Exactly.
So you can both watch it.
TV. Perfect. No, wasn't it like 7 or 8-0 or something stupid, or 7-8?
Yeah, I think it was like 7-7 or 7-8 or 8-7 or one of the sevens. But yeah, I mean, it was quite entertaining. I mean, like, it's quite cool what they're doing. They're taking YouTube and turning it into like everything. So there's boxing, there's the football, they're basically printing money now, man. They've got restaurants, they've got anything that you can imagine putting your fingers in. They're putting
Adriana Chechik.
That explains why a back got broken.
But they've got the fingers in so many pies that it's like cool that they're doing things in such cool. But yeah, the football, yeah, it was interesting. They filled the stadium, like thousands and thousands of people came. I don't know how much money they made, but they were making it for charity. So it's really cool. And I know John's done a lot of charity work in the past. So John, I don't know if you want to talk about your charity work.
Yeah, my charity work is receive funds, spend funds, and live large, live like a
John
fun
is a
dude.
charity.
I thought you were Robin Hood.
He's robbing the hood.
to myself. Sure. Yeah, I'm robbing the hood, giving to myself, and just spending it on whatever I can get my hands on.
That bag. But no, it is cool that they're doing this. I mean, the boxing definitely makes money for them. You know, apart from all the people pirating the live stream, but I mean, like that is making millions upon millions. The boxing. What do you think the next? What do you think the next sort of event's going to be?
Extreme sports.
Yeah.
No,
Definitely.
it's going to be more
sports.
basic than that, I reckon. I think it's going to be golf or something like that. Golf's a crazy.
YouTube waterboarding.
Extreme golf.
Come on, you want to see your favorite streamer get in a Red Bull Air Racer and race that thing, yeah?
I think what
Yeah,
they might do is they'll
Probably die.
They'll probably try and play a professional team.
But they'll just get demolished.
No, but like in the summer, so like pre-season when the teams don't really care about it. And let's be honest, if it's anything like the boxing, the match will be fixed anyway.
Like, think about it. Like a pro team, are they going to take the risk of saying, "Oh, we could damage our £70 million asset for giving these guys some
football
fun?"
there you
players
go.
are people, not assets.
Arsenal, 'cause they actually, talking of the fingers in the pies, they have Prime has negotiated a deal with Arsenal, so it's been exclusively sold in the UK at Arsenal Stadium and Asda. So maybe there is something there. I don't know yet, but
well, then they're just gonna make a streamers WWE. That's it.
Oh, that's actually a shout because Logan Paul, isn't it?
Yeah.
That would be good.
I mean, it wouldn't. It'd be shite, but the kids will love it because they're really popular with like kids viewers because they just scream and shout and overreact. Like they're like American YouTubers.
You calling me a kiddie viewer?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much mentally. Yeah. Although physically probably not. There's restraining orders and.
No, wrestling makes a lot of sense because it's just acting anyway. Let's be honest. So
yeah.
You just want to see guys naked.
I mean, they do that already practically. Well, not the guys naked, but
let's say, what have you been watching?
The acting. I mean, come on, let's face it. Most of the fucking streaming is acting, anyways. I mean,
but no, I want to see who's going to become the new Rikishi, the YouTuber wrestling community.
Probably that Sam Hyde or Sam. Yeah, Sam Hyde is it?
Yeah, he can't box.
That's Rikishi written.
I don't know about you guys, but I'd love to see the commentator be Sweet Anita.
Oh, good. That's excellent idea.
Banana.
Her entry music.
Just have a bunch of shocked 6-year-olds as she F's and Jeffs her way through the introductions.
Hey, it's good. It's awareness.
One of those high risk moves.
Awareness.
Just one of those high risk moves. Just fuck a biscuit.
That's what the move is called.
Fuck your dad. Fuck a biscuit.
It's his special move. Suck your dad's cock.
I think that's a good move because that also raises awareness for Tourette's. It's good.
And it'll definitely finish him off.
I mean, how long is it before we get a Tourette's like newscaster?
That must be already. Come on, hold on. I'm gonna Google it.
Nah, it can be, especially not the weather. Like that.
The weather's gonna be fucking great.
No, it'll be. And today, tragically, the Queen has died. Old cunt.
Yeah.
Wow, that's say 2 weeks ago.
I'm sorry.
The news anchor whose ticks get no airtime. There we go.
Yeah, there surely isn't a guy with Tourette's on the news, man. And you know what? What would be really, really bad? It would damage. See, like if you went to the interview and there was like you were going in and then you just met the guy with Tourette's, you'd be like, right, thank fuck, I've got this. Imagine how hard like that would hit your confidence if you walked out and you're like, well, this guy's won it over you.
Yeah, he'd
like
be the star.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
One.
And this guy shouting fuck back at you, but you're like,
no, but that shit takes you by surprise. I was out doing a run, and some guy biked past me and was like, "That's fucking," and I was like, "Is someone having a bad day, or is that Tourette's?" Like it completely took me by surprise.
No, they just saw you coming and thought, "Oh God, not him." God, fuck you, Casey.
Yeah, but what about the idea to lock in Tourette's people in a single room and watch them enable each other?
They'd just get in a recursive cycle, wouldn't they, of triggering each other?
That's what we call perpetual motion.
But you could, because I know, like for example, Sweet Anita has autoimmune disease as well. So if you do that to her, she's dead because she literally if she aggravates her throat and cuts it open, she's fucked. You know,
She coughs blood or something when she ticks too hard or
Jesus.
something.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Like the banana one was actually bad because it was like cutting her throat open. You just get them all in a room and chuck a banana in like a grenade and get a 6 kill streak.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Rough.
Which actually reminds when we say what the next event would be, or like the Sidemen stuff. I'm surprised they haven't done
That's
anything like a battle royale, but like obviously like paintball or whatever, but still done like a battle royale thing. Because let's be honest, like Fortnite and Warzone and stuff, massive draws, and seeing it like with people with GoPros on their head, and then you can see them like getting eliminated and stuff in like a massive paintball area or a wooded area.
Maybe you should work for Twitch.
Yeah. No,
well,
the problem with that, I was going to say, is with the boxing, with the football, everything like that, you can sort of get away with it with one camera point of view. So you're drawing everyone to one feed or whatever. But with that, it's going to be difficult. It's almost going to be like doing, literally like Warzone. You'll need 100 camera feeds, and it's going to be, who do you watch? How do you do clips? How do you do highlights? Stuff like that. But no, that is a really good idea. I think you'd do it properly. You'd release it like a series almost, and sort of do highlights.
Well, you could do that as well. But like, if you took, okay, I'm gonna sound like the redneck now, but in NASCAR, they fuck you.
They just drive around in a circle.
So what to do is you can buy your driver's package, right? As well through NASCAR. So what you have is each driver has their package and stuff. So you buy the radio, or you can buy the cameras that are on the viewing of the cameras on the car and stuff like that. And then there's the main stuff as well. So maybe they can sell it as packages, or like your favorite streamer. Here's Amaranth with licking ASMR.
Oh god, you can be the ears.
But I don't know. You can be the exactly. Speaking of which, wow, guys.
Well,
ASMR, what the fuck's going on, man? It didn't take long, did it?
Oh, it didn't. Oh, God,
It didn't?
didn't like that.
That was like a demonic golem ASMR.
I didn't realise Scottish murmurs joined the room.
No. To be honest, I've not seen many ASMR apart from what you sent me, Casey. I know you're a big advocate of ASMR.
Yeah.
So you have to start. Tell us about your love.
Well, see, here's the thing. ASMR is a huge genre now. Like, there's so many. Yeah. Like, you can go down a rabbit hole and be like, okay, no, this is very fucking weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really comes
weird
down
for the normal person, or weird for the normal person, or weird for you?
Weird for me.
Wow, this world then.
Yeah, fuck you.
And funnily enough, I just went on YouTube and I typed in rabbit hole ASMR, which I regretted as soon as I did it. The top one is actually down the rabbit hole ASMR, and it's someone pretending to be a rabbit.
Oh, see, now that's weird. That's probably to target the furries. But anyways,
No, wait. Casey, you know a lot about ASMR here.
A lot.
Dan's just giving you the perfect scenario. Pretend you're down the rabbit hole and give us your best ASMR show.
See, no, that's too weird for me. Like, I have
come on, you're a voice actor and all that. You can do this.
Yeah.
What?
Come on, give us.
Can I give you some inspiration? There is an ASMR video of a rabbit eating a watermelon.
That's cute, but nah, that one put me to sleep.
Yeah.
So
you just want to be the watermelon, don't you?
But anyways, see, guys, for the ASMR session, we're gonna need to do a separate thing where people pay for it. So
right. We'll have a whole episode just ASMR.
I have found quite a fucked up one, which is ASMR Elizabeth Fritzl, and I thought someone's role playing, but it's talking
Who's
about
that?
But it's talking about the crime instead of role playing.
Oh,
I genuinely thought it was gonna be a role play.
Well, no, you have ASMR like storytelling and stuff. Like, I listen to history ASMR. It's pretty cool, but no, I don't like anything to do with mukbang or whatever you fucking call it. I hate hearing people chew.
I'm not into ASMR either, because the reason behind it is I always do max volume because I can't hear what they're saying. And the next song or podcast is like breaking
Just
your
blow-
eardrums
blows your hair off.
instantly.
That's something
Yeah.
I don't get with the ASMR YouTubers that you put ads midstream. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're literally killing people's ears. But yeah. But anyways, ASMR is for the ASMR episode.
Yeah, fair enough. We can have some really we'll try and get a subscriber or some really obnoxious ads to put in the middle of it. So it's just like, and then we hop down the rabbit hole. Shave your balls. Your balls are hairy, motherfuckers.
Gillette, made for men.
The best you can get.
Or the ads for ad block. That's the stuff right
Yeah,
there.
but you can't on Chrome anymore, huh?
I'm sure there's a way. There's always ways.
There's always a way, but yeah, they made it more difficult, I heard.
There's always a way, and that is to buy YouTube, whatever it's called, Premium, and follow our channel and subscribe. Notifications on.
Yeah, don't forget to click the bell to get notifications.
Ring that bell. Talking of ringing that bell and going back to YouTuber boxing, the best one I've seen so far was the iDubbbz one. The iDubbbz did a boxing thing, and it was quite good, like varied people on there. But compared to the KSI one, like the people in this one, you could see that there was talent, that they could take that talent. Like Michael Reeves is a good YouTuber. He does robotics and stuff.
He does robots, does he?
He does the robots. He's the one that made the robotic dog pee, and he made the thing that went viral.
And ASMR is weird, right?
Yeah, no, come on. This guy's got 6 million subscribers and all that, but he's a little Filipino lad, and he can box. He was boxing some finance guy. I forget the name of the guy, but it's a guy that does a finance podcast. And there's a moment where like Michael Reeves hits him for like the 4th time or 5th time in the head, and he like you can see his face like turn to fear. And like these guys, you think these YouTubers, they're just doing it for fun, but I guess if they've been training for months and months and months, you know, they fall in love with it a bit. But that guy, he came out to some like Minecraft song, and then just pummeled some guy's head in.
We are mining diamonds.
And then the guy, if anyone remembers Epic Mealtime.
Oh, I love that dude.
Yeah, the Canadian guy, Harley. He came out dressed as Metal Gear Solid to like a song from Metal Gear Solid, and like was wearing like a trench coat, not a trench coat, what's it called? The thing that blocks water you wear in the army. Like a poncho type thing.
Okay.
And wearing a beret and smoking a cigar, and that's just cool. When they don't take it too seriously, it's really cool.
And they went humble on it. I like it. At least that guy was humble. What's his name? Harley.
Yeah. He's a good guy, but they like trained properly and took it seriously. They weren't making fun of the sport or whatever. But I think the next one should be YouTuber surgery, working on people's knees. I just love to see like Dan come out with his leg backwards.
Honestly, I think Dan should be the one doing the operation now that he has experience with his knee getting operated.
As a pretty big deal in the streaming world, I believe I'd be doing the surgery.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's what we're all
the modern myth. He's a
modern myth doing the drug.
Now you're linked.
I am a pretty big deal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, prepared to be cancelled.
It should be like Overcooked. Like you should just have patients come in and it's like do this as fast as possible. It's like
Hospital.
Get them post-op, get their knee fixed.
You could do that.
Boob job.
Like a real life surgeon simulator where nobody actually gets hurt.
God.
But, the amount of deaths in that.
Yeah, just come out caked in blood.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah, so I know why Lewis has gone quiet. It's because Celtic are about to start in 3 minutes.
Yeah, he's getting that stream ready. Why don't you tell us a bit about Celtic, Lewis?
They're about to poke through that tunnel.
Okay, so we've got about 3 minutes. So Celtic are the football team from Scotland, and they're very good. So let me come back to the mic. Celtic are playing against Red Bull Leipzig, I think they're called, RB Leipzig today. Champions League, big game. We need to win it, and hopefully we will. They're walking out onto
And
the pitch now.
what happened last week against Leipzig?
Was,
Sorry,
is, this the second leg? Or?
This is
Yeah, this is the
It's
second
not.
leg, yeah.
It's not. It's
More than-
a group thing. So you play each team twice.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, second leg of the group, yeah. So more legs than you've got down.
more working legs anyway.
I wouldn't say that. Surely I've got one more.
Yeah, Dan's always had 3 legs. He's onto his spare now.
That damn thalidomide.
What if they gave you what if they didn't tell you, but they gave you a different knee
Oh.
and then put yours in
There's
someone else?
something gross
Yeah.
about that. I don't know why, but there's just something wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you get hearts, well, I don't know about lungs, but livers, all these transplants.
There was a bad news story here in the UK of a surgeon who would, during a transplant, he would scrape his initials onto the.
And he'd burn it. He'd burn it.
He'd burn it.
Yeah, that guy would be a serial killer if he wasn't successful as a medical person.
That's like the opposite. It's the same mood as a serial killer, but the opposite. Do you know what I mean? It's still creepy.
As fuck.
He's saving lives, but he wants to own them, I think,
But when I was at work, someone went, "So how'd it go?" I said, "Well, it went well, except for the ticking noise that's in my knee. I'm pretty sure my surgeon left his watch in there." And then that freaked me out more than them, and I said it.
Funny shit, bro.
Nah, that's weird.
Yeah,
that's weird.
That is one of my phobias. Is getting stuff left in my body. Not oh god, you know what I mean? During a surgery. I mean,
oh
Jesus
right.
Christ.
Oh, not.
The worst thing is,
if you had to go to the doctors, right, and you had to go and you said, "Listen, I've got this stuck up my ass. I need you to get it out. I need you to get it out." What is the one thing that you don't want stuck up your ass?
Lewis.
You.
All of them.
Yeah, people not included. So, like, I don't know, like, maybe it could be a mobile phone, it could be anything, but, like, you've got one thing stuck up your ass. And
Okay,
you have to go
let me just change that up. It has to be something in your where you live right now. It's something you can walk to and get.
My knee.
I've got so many things. I'm looking at a knife.
What about that? What about that box under your bed, Liam?
There's a few things under that I wouldn't want up my ass.
Where do you think he keeps his Sharpies?
Oh god, I was more thinking the katana, to be honest.
I mean, if the katana goes up your ass, chances are you're not making it to the doctor, my dude.
Well, in the sheath or no sheath, I don't think it's going to go well. But I think probably a kitchen implement would be quite bad.
I was thinking with the katana, that people used to swallow swords. It would be like the other way around because it would go all the way through your body and surely out your mouth.
No, but the thing is, your intestines are squiggly at the bottom.
Yeah, you've got about 100 foot of intestines to get through.
Yeah, I would just eat through that, obviously.
Yeah, if you went,
just go straight through it.
If you went as the crow flies, I don't think that would turn out very well for you, to be honest.
Oh, that's one thing I wouldn't want there. Crow. I wouldn't want a crow in there. Yeah.
Oh, anything alive.
While it's flying.
Damn it! The one thing I wanted there. God damn it! You talking about?
But there's that old story, isn't there? Of who was it that had the gerbil up their arse? Supposedly,
that was South Park.
Yeah. But did they start the rumor or did they just?
No, it's a content. I don't think Richard Gere was even involved in that. It was just one of the gay characters they were making fun of.
But no, it was genuinely a rumor that went around in like the late 90s or early 2000s.
It's probably bullshit, but
of course,
there's a word for it. There's a word for it, guys.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's actually called gerbilling.
No way.
Stuffing gerbils. Yeah, it is. Stuffing gerbils up your ass as a sexual.
What's
practice.
wrong with humanity? Like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Everything's a word, isn't it, on Urban Dictionary or whatever?
Well, you must have heard the story. This is probably for like
Probably
Liam, whatever.
Not.
It's like one of those urban legends of like people always say, "Oh yeah, it was someone that went to a different school and this happened to him." But definitely an urban legend, which was so when you're like when you're like 16 at school, and the story was that there was a girl at a different school that took one of those test tubes from her science class, took it home.
Yeah.
And when she got home, she thought she'd use it as a sex toy, and she put it inside her. And as she did that, her parents came into the room, so she stood up. And as she stood up, the test tube cracked, and glass
I-
shards and whatnot. And
I'm calling BS on this, but carry
no,
on.
but everyone, you could always hear that story at school. And it was always someone at a different school. And then, like, a few years later, you always hear someone say, "Oh yeah, when I was at school, I heard about someone that, had this thing happen." And it's like, how do these like urban legend things, which definitely did not happen, and it's just someone telling a story, just where do they even come from?
Where do they start?
Welcome to
There's no
Christianity.
doubt that happened, but like, yeah, I think it's just one of those things like that just gets passed on.
Yeah. Well, it didn't get. No.
Oh, we're on fire tonight, boys.
Yeah, should we do some background checks on the gerbil stuff?
Well, I mean, I
No,
was
we don't.
just gonna give my respect to Lewis, the fact that Celtic had a very good chance and he didn't actually react to it. So,
he
well,
didn't
fair play
scream.
to you.
Flat my face. That is flat my face. Are you watching the
No,
game?
I just guessed. Come on, man.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah, they should have scored.
Yeah,
They should have scored. But I mean, this is not the Celtic podcast. But yeah, we should have scored that.
No,
Oh.
Lewis, stop reacting.
Oh,
No.
well,
You
I hope
jinxed
they
it.
play better footy than you do Uno. So
No comment. No comment at all. I mean, I think Celtic are definitely good at football, the best team in the world probably. And then Uno, I'm probably the best player in the world. So
Oh, that's what we need. Streamer Uno. Oh wait, they probably do that, don't they?
what do you mean? Yeah, Uno's huge
I was
game.
about to say, that's not a massive thing to do, is it?
No, it's quite simple. Everybody own a game that was $2 at some point and play it together.
Very
They're
awkward.
And they're like still $2.
Yeah, Dan, you've come up with a cracking idea.
Let's
five
play
or six.
Uno online.
5 or 6 years too late, but cracking
Yeah.
idea.
I mean, he did come up with the battle royale POV thing, which
it's
was
true.
good. That was good. That was good.
Yeah,
That was-
I think you can do that. A bit of airsoft. You just get a couple of helicopters, kick people out of them. Perfect.
Maybe to celebrate our 1,000,000th subscriber, we'll do that with the 5 of us.
Yeah, we'll do a Mr. Beast style video. It's just we'll do it in $10 rather than $1 million or whatever.
But we'll do it in a shopping centre with people there.
We'll fly to the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid.
Last one to get arrested, because then the circle of security guards gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
I like that. That's good. That's good.
I've got a hypothetical, right? So, if when you wanked off, when you jacked off, if when you jacked off, you came, but your semen, instead of just being like a liquid, was just one big sperm, and afterwards
we've made this joke before.
And afterwards, you have to fight.
Oh no, the fight
semen.
bit's new. Okay.
You do one big sperm, but it's like a beast you've got to fight. Would you still?
I've got follow-up questions.
What if it's official that you shoot blanks?
Okay, hold on. How big is the sperm?
That's luck in the draw. It's like Pokemon. You walk around the grass and you might get a big one.
No, but you got to give us lower and upper bounds. Are we talking tadpole to carp? Like, is that the sort of sizes we're talking?
Or any other creature that isn't like aquatic?
Yeah. I'm thinking. Yeah, no, it's like it could finish.
Okay,
it.
yeah,
so I'd be more worried if for my fucking dick, if it was bigger, that would suck. But if it was smaller, I'd be scared because like tiny creatures, like they're scary, man.
Why do I feel like this is how the spells in Harry Potter were meant to work?
And I've got one more hypothetical tailored.
No, but let's finish this one.
If you had the choice of a knee.
Okay.
Like, hold on. Like, how well is it? How good does it fight?
How good does it taste?
It totally depends, man. We don't know yet. We've not tried it. We need to. Why don't we all get in a room? We'll wank each other off, and then start a battle royale against some bots.
What I do know is blowjobs either wouldn't exist or we would have solved world hunger. It's one or the other.
Or both.
Or both, yeah.
That's very interesting. Yeah.
But I'd probably, I don't know. It depends. Like, I couldn't deal with like a new pet every day. Do you know what I mean? It's like
no, but you gotta kill it because it's gonna kill you.
Yeah. I think we'd just end up like chucking them in the ocean, sort of thing. Or just
You
having
sure?
like a device, like a blender, like just for it.
Yeah,
don't
there
get-
would. Yeah, considering how important jacking off is, there would be like a everyday way to deal with it.
But hold on, how does
Mm.
procreation
mean-
work? How does sex work now then?
They,
No,
like,
it's simple.
fight each
No,
other.
it's simple. You just pop one out, and then you just grab it. You fucking put in a chokehold and put a chloroform on it, you know, and then take
Wait,
it.
you're having sex with your sperm?
What? Oh God! Sorry, that took me a second. Good one.
Well, I thought that's where you were going with that. I got really confused.
No.
Right.
I didn't take
Choke
it
it
that
out.
creepy, dude.
Sorry, who's the chloroform for?
The girl or the sperm?
Jesus.
So yeah, but
Jesus
Liam
Christ.
raises a good question. Is this just
Really?
wanking off? Then what happens during sex?
Yeah, is it only masturbation, Lewis?
No, it's true. Yeah, just when you do it
Okay,
yourself.
okay.
Like that's it.
Wow.
Oh, so you
That's
have
when
a
you do it.
setting that you can choose.
Do you think you would masturbate less?
Well, that's the question. The question is, would you still wank off?
And then have to
Ev-
fight to the death.
Yeah, I would. I
Yeah,
would.
every time you came, you had a mythical creature coming out.
I
of
was
you
not
that,
coming
like,
out of there.
tried,
A
like-
mythical creature. Damn.
Yeah,
Then I would jack off more because I want to know what the fucking mythical creature is.
Oh god, could you imagine the pain if it's a unicorn?
Oh,
No.
but it's trying to kill you.
Okay.
I'd try and tame it. It'd be like How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Tame a Dragon.
How to Train Your Sperm.
Jesus.
No.
Or it actually gives you a reason to carry around a shotgun with you at all times.
Yeah, you just hear shots every 5 minutes.
It would be non-stop shotgun shells, dude. Literally.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep
If
America
you live in
great
a
again.
city, if you live in a flat, all you would hear is shotguns. You know.
So if you live in Chicago,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Chicago deep dish.
can we just appreciate that we went from knee injury to YouTube football to a pet sperm?
Is this your first time, Dan?
Obviously.
Clearly.
This is Splash Radio.
We gone further than that.
Let's
Come
go
on,
back
give
to
us
the
some
knees
credit.
then, right? Let's go back to the knees. Imagine that our knees bend the other way. Try and explain to us. what our
Sometimes they
chairs would look
do,
like.
but then you have to rest.
Explain what our chairs would look like.
No, because you just wouldn't. You just sit on a stool because your legs would fold in, right? So you could like hold your leg. Your legs would be up by your crotch.
Ah,
I think you just sit on the floor. You just sit on your ass.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
just
so too.
trying to imagine it, and it looks very creepy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the walk like cycle. Like how would people?
Like we would just look like
or everybody doggy style.
we'd look like T-Rexes.
You'd have to sort of bend forward to compensate.
Oh yeah, that would excuse. I've heard that one before.
Like doggy style gets normal
Yeah,
style.
think of all the
Yeah.
new sex positions.
So does it still become doggy style? Or does it become human style?
Well,
normal
no,
style.
because would the dogs also have their legs bent forward, or would
Ah,
dogs be
Lewis didn't
normal?
specify. Lewis, is it all creatures have their knees go the other way, or is it just humans?
But some
Just
creatures do
human.
have their knees go backward, don't
Horses,
they?
I believe.
Yeah, no, they like if you've already got it, you keep it. But I
If you-
mean, it's only humans who gain that.
Hmm.
I'm wrong about horses, by the way.
I don't know. I don't know. That's creepy one. I don't like that one. It's very disturbing in my mind. Ironically,
I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. But I don't know. That would be very weird.
Yeah, it'd be something like something out of The Exorcist or The Shining. You could pull off some of those moves.
Yeah.
I'd like that and being able to like rotate your head 360 degrees.
But I mean, then again, that's how it's always been, right? So that would be the norm. So it's
Wait,
just
what?
To
You
that,
can rotate your head 360 degrees.
no. But if you
bro, can you not?
You're all like just fucking owls. Owls can do that, can't they?
Hold on, let me try.
It's not
Hear someone
360.
drop.
It's close.
You just hear my body drop.
Just snap your own neck.
Yeah, just as fast as you can. Try and get it 360 degrees.
Get somebody to help you if you
Yeah.
can't manage it.
Chiropractor.
But,
No, but what a hypothetical. No, I don't know. I wouldn't like that at all.
yeah. Lewis has been quite good watching the football, hasn't he? Sort of not too many shouts. How the
Yeah, there's not been much to
Yeah,
shout
true.
about.
I mean, there won't be for the
Football.
World Cup for Scotland, right? Right.
Are they? Aren't they in the same group as us? Where's Scotland in the World Cup?
Yeah, Scotland's not in the
Oh,
World
what a
Cup.
shame.
Although, and some good news, England just got relegated out of Group A in the Euro qualifiers, but Scotland just got promoted into Group
Oh, do you
A.
mean
So,
the Nations
if you
League
can-
that no one cares about?
yeah, well, it gets you into the Euros. So, when you don't make it, let me know.
If
It's
there
not
is a
coming home.
day, if there's a day where Scotland gets into a tournament and the UK and England doesn't, well, we know that the world's going to end. And let's be honest, looking at it now, it could be very close.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're getting close. Thatcher's rolling in her grave.
everything's lining up. Yeah, talking all the World Cup. So where's the next World Cup? Somewhere in the desert, right?
Qatar
Yeah.
in the least corrupt World Cup bid ever. After investigation by
Well,
FIFA, they found out that FIFA wasn't corrupt. Who would have thought?
Was it not meant to be in Russia or
No,
something?
no,
Or was
Russia
It
something
was
had
in
the-
Russia, wasn't
Russia had it about I guess 8 years ago. I think it was.
it? Damn, time flies.
really?
Or was it?
Yeah.
What was it? Was it last World Cup? Actually?
When was South Africa? 2012.
2010. Well,
God,
10.
what?
10.
10. Yeah, it must be 10. Yeah. Oh yeah, 2018 was Russia.
Russia.
Christ, can't even remember it.
Yeah, Russia got kicked out of the World Cup, but it's in Qatar, isn't it?
And then it was Brazil, and then we had Russia, and then Qatar.
So, out of the worst places it could possibly be, other than say Ukraine
And
maybe,
Russia.
and Russia right now, it's gone to the third worst place it possibly could be, probably.
No, you could have had things like well, I suppose you've had was it Indonesia? They had the little the stampede that killed 100 people. You could have had Ethiopia with the civil wars.
Yeah.
You could have had Scotland.
I want to see some haggises.
Yeah, true. Casey, you enjoy looking at haggises, don't you? You've got one on your wall.
Yeah, man. Go Scotland.
What do you think a haggis tastes like, Casey?
Like a freaking Dell.
Okay, don't Google
Yeah,
it,
you already
Casey,
showed me a picture, dude.
Yeah, well, if you had to imagine what it looks like, what would you describe it? Without Googling animal.
It looks like it looks like
No. What does it look like, Casey? Guys, gotta maintain some kind of professionalism after we've talked about taming sperms.
it looks like if Amber Heard had a baby with Susan Boyle.
Wow, beautiful then.
Yeah.
Where do you think a haggis lives?
In Lewis's backyard.
It's just got a farm of them.
I mean, technically.
If you think about it, haggis just looks like an 80s guinea pig.
Yeah, it looks more like a rat with a sort of a coat, I guess, to me. But yeah, weird.
I think we should include a picture of a haggis in the podcast, just so the viewers can get an idea of what we're getting at here.
Yeah,
but they can't handle that, man. That beauty.
Yeah, but we need to let Casey pick the picture and put it on the.
Okay, so we're confirmed that the thumbnail for the video will be Casey's belief of what a haggis is.
A haggis is. All right, I like that.
Perfect. Yeah, just make sure you go Google images then animal straight away to get the.
Yeah. Otherwise, you go into gerbiling.
And obviously, with those that are already listening and they can see the thumbnail,
yeah,
I think we should get an idea of if that was the same kind of thing you were thinking of for or if there was any other different ideas. Get a bit of interaction going on, guys. Come on,
drop it in the comments.
whilst you like and subscribe.
All right, who
Thank-
invented the haggis?
What do you mean invented the haggis? They were just in Scotland from primordial age.
Yeah, they were just they
Yeah,
were
Yeah,
named they were just named after John Haggis.
Yeah, so they discovered him in like the late 1800s, but the haggis was like had like a Latin name before that, like Hagatha Haggis, like some sort of Latin name, and they just
Doesn't that write murder mystery novels?
seven little haggises,
Yeah.
and then there were none.
Yeah, Jesus.
So yeah, okay. So putting wars aside, then where would be
Okay.
the worst place to have a World Cup?
Antarctica.
That is a good one.
Worst in what regard, or just make up your own reason for why?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay, let's not say the surface of the moon because that would be cool for one. But
the sun then.
Okay, yeah, that would be the worst place.
All right. On Earth, are we saying country or are we gonna say? Well, I suppose country. Yeah.
Region or
Well, yeah, because it can be a couple of countries. It's never regions. It's always one country or a couple do a joint bid.
Yeah. So
the worst place for a World Cup is probably the front line in Iraq.
He did just say if you don't think about the wars, but okay.
Technically that's more of an insurgency, right? So,
yeah, it's an insurgency. It's downscaled.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, the desert would be any desert would be pretty bad, but I think humans could figure it out. Like you look at the tents in Mecca and all that. There's a way to do it. But Antarctica would be horrible.
The top of Mount Everest.
Or something like the Vatican City, because there's literally no space anywhere.
It'd be pretty bad if you were playing football in a minefield.
I don't know.
Yeah, but also during a monsoon.
I don't know. That'd make it more interesting.
As well.
Yeah. I mean, they'd have the same quality knee as I do after
that. But Mount Everest is a good one because other than it being hard to get to, everyone would like walk 4 steps and then need a breather.
Would they have oxygen masks on permanently?
I think they'd have to. It would be like getting subbed out. You'd have to get subbed out to have a little breather, I reckon.
Mm.
But imagine the ball went down the hill and you had 2 goals at the top.
Yeah. And at half time you change sides. So it's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
You have to get Sherpas to help you to the other box.
Area 51, no one could attend.
Area 51, I think, Casey, it was proven during lockdown that 5 weebs could take Area 51. The raid on Area 51, could have been.
What do you mean? They literally couldn't get through the perimeter gate.
They didn't try, actually. It was a show of force. Once the United States Army...
a show of Naruto runs.
Yeah. You give me 10,000 Naruto runners, I can give you any country on Earth. I swear to you.
You give me 2 A10s and I can take care of those.
The fact you need 2.
Well, you don't fly alone. You need a wingman.
Well, since we're on the topic, do aliens exist?
Oh man, I was gonna make a joke, but sometimes I forget where we are.
Depends what's an alien, right? I think UFOs exist. I just don't think little green men exist.
Mathematically, aliens do exist. Come on, it's impossible.
Do you think there's another living creature on the Earth that we haven't discovered yet that's not originated from it?
Oh, I don't know about that. That little twist you put in at the end.
I don't think squids or octopuses are from Earth. I think they're fucking aliens.
That's a good theory.
I am unsure about Liam's. He doesn't believe in little green people because have you not seen a sick dwarf?
Yeah, that joke came up a little short.
What were we talking about?
So
before?
green aliens.
Green men.
Yeah.
No green men. Well, great.
No, I mean, like, come on. Mathematically speaking, we're talking about trillions of stars.
Yeah, but okay.
Galaxies.
What's it called? Fermi's paradox. Why haven't we seen any aliens then?
Well, it's simple. The universe is still very young. The universe is very young.
So many jokes.
So, in fact, we should consider ourselves very lucky that we're here, considering how young the universe is.
You
So-
have your days.
Yeah, you have your pros and cons. You know, wake up on the wrong side of bed.
Mm.
Gravity's a bitch. But yeah, no. Mathematically speaking, it's impossible. Now, like you said, I don't know about little green men.
I wouldn't say
but,
impossible. I'd say heavily improbable.
yeah.
You can never deal with certainties in science.
Do you know what's crazy, right? If aliens don't exist, you know how hard it is to market something. Imagine marketing a fucking green man that doesn't exist, that 90% of the world are fucking know what it is.
Yeah, but I mean that
Have you ever heard
came
of the
with
Incredible Hulk?
that ca- that came with sort of like the whole space program, right? The unknown of going to the moon. The
And then the
unknown
invention of sci-fi in general.
of what we're gonna find on Mars. You know, like what do the other planets look
I'd love
like?
to go back. I'd love to go back to like the 1900s, early 1900s, and speak to somebody and say, right, okay, what's an alien? Because I wonder if it's been like so misconstrued or construed in that way by what we watch on the TV or what we
Yeah.
watch in movies, or if that's actually the belief that people have had for hundreds and hundreds and
Well,
hundreds of
H.G.
years.
Wells had a book, and the
War of the
aliens were
Worlds.
like, no, it was a different. I presume it was H.G. Wells, but it was one where like two Victorian guys like coat this thing in this element, and it shoots up to the moon, and they meet aliens, and they're more like ants or bugs.
Yeah. I've read that.
And
Yeah.
one of the humans accidentally punched a bug, but because they had Earth gravity strength, it was just like Superman coming to visit like normal humans. Like they,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's called Starship Troopers.
But that's the other way around. The bugs came to us.
yeah, but that's when was H.G. Wells? That was like late 1800s, right? So that would be that. I guess they more thought there'd be like bugs or something like that. But Little Green Men seems to come from some weird Red Scare sort of 50s type thing.
No,
but-
I'm sure it's in those sort of classic books where they're described as like green and stuff because it's only because it's such an odd color for a living thing to be.
yeah.
That it must be the perfect one for an author to choose to really, get it across.
Yeah, and I guess
Here's something funny. Is it an odd color? Most of the Earth is green.
Yeah, but that's
the
like
land
a
part.
like a living
It's a
creature.
very
though.
common color, so I find it very funny that you take a common color
Mm.
and put it on a creature. You
Yeah,
know,
but
it
it-
shows the human intuition right there, the way we
But I
think.
suppose if you were to see a human that was green, and then
Yeah.
you're basing it off that as like a living thing, like a not well, like a humanoid kind of thing being green.
It's trying to take.
Yeah, but I mean, you can say that about any color.
Oh, you've obviously never seen a
no.
human freeze.
No, red's kind of sexy. A red woman would be quite sexy. What's the best color for a woman?
Oh God, don't do this one. Jesus.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you say white, black, orange, yellow, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. You're saying the wrong thing here, I feel. Unless you go with an abstract
Yeah, you can say
color.
gold or silver. That's
Mauve.
whatever floats your boat. But yeah, I think Dan's right. It's the sort of not uncanny valley, but it's trying to take something recognizable like a human and trying to like take it to an extreme or be like, this is what humans could look like, if they're advanced enough. So it's keeping it in the realm of realism, but trying to make it super weird and out there.
Yeah.
That's what most sci-fi like Star Trek, Star Wars, they don't go for weird abstract aliens that are like, mists of cloud. It's like, oh, here's the pigmen guard, or here's the giant slug, here's the cat face thing.
Yeah.
So it's all very, humanoid.
Here's the big slug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the Japanese film, and we'll just put it in space.
Godzilla.
No, that's how Star
Fucking-
Wars was done. It was just a rip-off.
Fucking nuclear iguana.
Yeah, Star Wars was just a samurai film, right? In space.
That makes sense.
But then the samurai films were just westerns in Japan.
True.
So where does it start? How far back do you go?
Yeah.
Big Bang.
Everybody's been ripping each other off.
Big Bang's a
And now
frog.
we're back to Adriana Chechik.
Now you know why the Big Bang happened.
Uh,
But yeah, I don't know. Definitely aliens out there, guys.
Ooh.
Impossible.
Who gets paid more, porn stars or football players?
Football players.
Football players.
Depends. depends. I mean, you get shit footballers, you get shit porn stars. If you want like high quality porn star, then probably still footballers with high quality footballers, but like low quality porn stars are obviously.
They won't get it from that. They'll get it from deals of other companies and stuff. You know, like advertising shit products, like condoms.
yeah, don't wear
Yeah.
condoms, kids. They're shit.
Or
Yeah, did you say condoms are shit?
morning after pills and all that stuff.
Yeah, always make sure you get your local porn
Kidding,
star.
man. Morning after pills are the greatest invention.
Yeah, but sorry. But they will not get paid more than even like a mediocre footballer.
I guess so. Yeah. So how much does like a Premiership footballer make a year?
The average?
Yeah.
Some of them will be getting like
No,
300k
it
a
wasn't
week.
Erling Haaland's salary actually disclosed that he's getting paid 800,000 a week.
Oh my god.
To be honest, I don't think I'd work for that.
Well, just think as well, they took the higher tax bracket away from the UK, so he's making bank.
What do you mean you took the higher tax
Well,
bracket away from the UK?
they've reduced the tax rate for the high earners.
I don't think they've rolled that out yet, or me and Lewis would have been.
What, 1 or 2 more months?
Yeah, I think it's what is it? The 40%.
Yeah. Oh no, they U-turned on it, didn't they?
Yeah, they rolled it back. But it was going to be you needed to earn £80,000 to pay 40%, basically.
I mean, Erling Haaland would be earning that while taking a shit.
Yeah.
True.
And is that still happening?
What, him shitting? I'm pretty sure he still has a dump. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
He pays people to do it for him and then wipes it with it.
Oh god, he could afford to do that. John
there you go.
McAfee all over again.
£865,000 a week at Man City, and that's 45 million a year.
That's
And he gets bonuses for that. And bearing in mind, he scores like, ridiculous amount of money where he gets paid for each goal.
Yeah, that's a lot of rupees.
So he could buy a penthouse flat every week, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I got to say, knowing where he lives, he could do much better.
But a lot of stuff you don't hear about for footballers is a lot of them do actually put their salaries towards charities. Like, part of it does actually get donated to charity, because I think it's
so they can collect it at the taxes.
Well, no, Mane, I think founded his own charity in where's he from? He's from
No
I'm
Googling.
giggling because I can't remember it now.
Oh,
it is Senegalese. Yeah, so he's created. He founded a charity for football for poor Senegalese kids and stuff. So he donates like 30% of his salary over to that charity. And you get a lot of footballers do that as well, but they don't. It doesn't get publicized, so people just think, well, they earn loads, but like nurses and soldiers and whatnot don't. And it's like you can't really do that comparison.
No. But I think it is I'm sure like Salah and that, I'm sure they all donate a lot of their money and try and improve where they're from originally. But I think the ridiculousness of it is it's just there's so much money in football, especially English football. It's just ridiculous. It's just crazy.
You know what I find funny is like if you got a doctor coming to the UK, you'd be guys like fucking low life shouting, "Oh, he took her fucking job, blah blah blah," because these guys are skilled, they've trained, they're at the top of their fucking peak, like they're doctors and they went to uni and whatever, and they've taken maybe like 50 Polish guys, 50 guys from fucking India, 50 guys from wherever, and but nobody gives a shit when it comes to football because they literally know they can't or they don't have the skill to do it themselves. So you never hear anybody get a footballer and say, "Oh, they fucking took our job." But at the end of the day, it's probably not much easier for these fucking retards to play football than it is for them to fucking.
Yeah.
And then that same person gets their knee operated on and goes on a podcast.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But I suppose the one thing you can say about football, I still think 800k or even anywhere in that ballpark is ridiculous, is that footballers have a limited time to play. They'll get injured or they'll age out of it. A la Dan.
They get. I was earning big money.
Yeah.
But their career is what 16 years max playing football.
Even that,
if you're lucky,
long.
like professionally.
Zlatan.
That Elon Haaland will be making more in 2 weeks than the majority of the UK make their whole life.
Yeah. That is
So-
ridiculous. To kick a ball around, is ridiculous.
And to miss half the time too, which fucking A.
Not Erling Haaland. No, but the thing is, people say like I do agree that it's a lot of money, but at the same time, it's consumer driven. So
Yeah, of course.
it's watched worldwide. TV rights are sold for billions and billions, and if you
Yeah.
if your club is successful, you invest in it just like you would a normal company. And whilst nurses, doctors, and stuff, they do really important stuff. It's not it's not commercially driven, which is where all the money is. Especially when you look at like NHS and private, well, even private healthcare. It's not really. I mean, it is mass funded when you think of the NHS, but it's not a dedicated, commercially driven thing.
It's not for profit. Yeah,
It's because it's not entertaining.
Well, I mean, it can be if you see the stuff that comes out of people's asses.
well, no. I mean, remember that series, The Nick?
Nope.
About that surgeon in New York with back. I can't remember what time it was, what age, but I mean when they used to do open surgery in theaters, like you guys still call them operation theaters because that's where it started. You would literally do in theater, and people would come watch the operation.
But yeah, it's just, I think it's one of those things that it just self-inflates itself, football, because you want, like on a national level, like English, like Premiership football, you want that to be attracting the best players globally. And if Spanish teams or Italian teams are paying this much for their players, you've got to do that or better.
Well,
United are seeing.
That's what the Scottish League hangs behind, because there's yes, it's all not even just the Scottish League, all these smaller leagues, like even the Netherlands, to be honest, like they're quite a big league, but in comparison to like Spain, in comparison to Germany, in comparison to England, there's just like the money that you pay or these guys pay is fucking sky high, and the only reason they can afford to pay these wages is because of the TV deals. Like this, Ajax, I'm sure, has got a relatively the Netherlands have probably got a relatively good TV deal. But if you were to compare it to like the English Prem or to compare it to like the La Liga, it'll be peanuts. And that's where it's like it's really unequal, because you go into Champions League and it's basically like these teams cost fucking 400 million, 500 million, or some of the fucking players cost 400 million, and then you come up against a team that costs like 40 million, which sounds fucking nothing in comparison, but that's still a shit ton of money. And it's just like, yeah, and in general, football is purely dictated by the money, just like life.
Yeah.
Really.
We've been watching that Welcome to Wrexham, and
I've heard that's really good.
First half of the episodes were really good. It's almost like they ran out of time or things to say, or like there's been a few like side episodes where it's like they've not even really talked about football. It's like it's all Hollywood, all stuff in Hollywood. It was weird, but
yeah,
there was one episode that it was just about some girl who used to want to be a policewoman, and I was like, this is a bit fucking topic. And it was because it was like our boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or whatever was a ex-football hooligan. But like, what is your opinion on football hooliganism? I mean, obviously you don't love it, but like, what do you think about it?
I think England's not got a particularly good reputation, especially in Europe, with it. But I mean, Thatcher shut a lot of it down. But it's I don't know what you can do. There's always going to be a hardcore lot of supporters that want to fight the other supporters. I mean, it is ridiculous at the end of the day, because these ultras or whoever hooligans literally could not play on that pitch. They literally have no outcome on the team. All they're doing is making a worse reputation for their team. You think of this team, you think of hooligans. You think of that team, you think of them throwing flares or throwing bowls on the pitch. It doesn't help their team. All that's going to happen is that team's going to get told, great, now you have to play behind closed doors, or great, now you can't play in Europe for a year. Everybody suffers because of them. it's not good. But
Mm.
I don't know how you police it. You can hand out bans, but well, guess what? There's going to be a new set of 18-year-olds in a few years, and they'll do exactly the same thing.
Just the way we like it.
I disagree about that because England were banned from European competitions 30 years ago because of football hooliganism, and then they cut it down a lot. And don't get me wrong, you still get stuff on social media to players, like racial abuse and stuff. But at that happens with any entertainment industry. So you see actors getting racially abused, you get women being like just basically sexually aggressive messages on like Instagram and stuff. So Casey, look out. But then you've got things like you go to like France or Spain or whatever, and you see bottles being thrown onto the pitch during the game. You see bananas and stuff being thrown, and you see like groups of supporters doing sort of like making like monkey gestures and stuff to players. But in the UK, you don't get as much of that as you do in mainland Europe. It's just it gets covered more by the media now. So whilst I appreciate England supporters abroad don't exactly help themselves, it does seem like it's more moving towards mainland, the hooliganism, similar to what it was 30 years ago. Granted, you don't get like the gang fights in the streets like you saw on like Green Street and Football Factory and stuff, but it's still rife in Europe more than England now. I think England just has, fans that shout abuse at each other from the stands instead of throwing like bottles and stuff at the players. Because
That's the same shit here.
That's why you see in like European stadiums they have like fencing around the fans. So they removed that in the UK because Hillsborough caused the crush where 97, I think it was now. It's 96 still. 96 fans died in a Hillsborough crush, which was Liverpool versus Sheffield Wednesday. So they got rid of that fencing, but European clubs still do it to keep fans off the pitch and also to keep like things being thrown on. And you see ones that don't have it, you can still see stuff getting thrown onto the pitch.
Yeah,
So
it's a blessing.
hooliganism, it's kind of died down in the UK at least.
Yeah, you definitely don't see it as much. I think, ironically, like the fencing may not even help because it's one of those things of like there'll be argy-bargy or there'll be pressure without it. But the problem with fencing is that it boils over, and then when somebody does knock the fence down, it's just like a massacre almost. It's like, oh right, we've got a way in now. Yeah. Whereas it's more like, it's like when two dogs are behind a door and they're growling at each other, and you just open it a little bit and they just chill out almost. It's sort of having those fences doesn't necessarily. I mean, I guess you're going to need them in some cases if you've got two sets of violent fans, but I think the better way is just literally ban people. Just have cameras and just go, right, you're banned, you're banned, you're banned.
Yeah, I think they started to do that a bit more now because I think clubs actually agreed, or was it Premier League agreed that now fans that are found with like racially abusing or whatever during a game can get like 1 year bans minimum. For
Yeah,
things
great.
like that.
Now you just put violence in a fucking local pub.
That's it. Yeah, they do just move elsewhere, or they like write on Twitter, "Let's go fight before the fucking match" or whatever.
It's not really the case anymore because it's usually what happens on the pitch will get you sort of riled up. You're not gonna keep that after the game and whatnot. It will only be if one set of fans egg on the others. But when you are at a stadium, away fans get held behind by the police a bit longer, and there's usually like the police escort to whatever transport system. And if you do go to a pub after a game, depending on what teams they are, it's not going to be as crazy violent as it would have been 1980s 1970s.
And this is why they call it English football. if you went to a Scottish football game specific, like a Celtic Rangers game, there would be absolutely no fucking difference. You would go there and there'd be fights, there'd be stabbings, there'd be problems
Yeah, but that's
all
just
over the
Scottish
fucking
people.
place.
So.
Well,
And
that's
also,
'cause-
is that just the Old Firm, or would that be every game?
It would depend. I think it could easily be the same against Hearts, to be honest. I think Celtic people don't like Hearts, Ranger people don't like different
but
teams as well.
is
It's
that
not
all religious reasons? Is that all sectarian
No.
reasons? It's just hatred of
No.
the other.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
I think what made it, what diluted it for us, well, for the English football as well, is that when the Premier League
Foreigners.
became a global thing, the fans
Mm.
that were local to the area that would have that, I don't know, what that pride, I guess, in their club doing well or not doing well. You don't feel it as much if you're from. I mean, even if you kept it local. So if someone supports Man United and they're from London, they don't care as much as if
Mm.
it's a Man United fan that grew up 10 minutes away from Old Trafford, and
And that's the thing. So that's the thing. I think English football, in terms of atmosphere, is not there. I mean, I've been to a few games in England. I've been to United. I've been to City at home, both of them. Honestly, it was like when you go in there, there's no atmosphere. United fans will tell you there is, but there's not. I've not been to Liverpool, but essentially, when you go there, it's just fucking
Yeah.
tourists. So half of the ground's filled with fucking guys from Spain, from wherever, and they're just there to watch it because they're on their holidays. And like it's in like Scotland, like you don't really get mass amounts of people coming in to watch Scottish football because it's not like global as a massive big deal. But like the Prem, everyone watches, everyone knows from all over the world, so it really does dilute the actual support. So the atmosphere in these grounds is nowhere near as good as
and
Celtic.
that's why you don't get the violence and stuff as well, because they don't have that affinity to the club. They just think,
man.
I like this club because they're good.
I take my Montreal Canadiens very seriously. Die-hard fan. Die-hard.
Yeah, but did you not live in Montreal for a bit?
I did for 2 years though.
Exactly. So it's a, I mean, NHL's a bit, well, American sport's different because they're just franchised as well, and they
but if your team can move at any time, it's not really.
And to try and make it not sound really. To make it not sound all really snobbish, they don't have heritage where the clubs were founded by people that were working class from that place and then founded that club, and it's been going for 150 years or 140 years. And
ironically, that's how hockey was born in Montreal, with the working class.
Yeah.
So it is there, but yeah. I
think that's more true of like the American
NFL
football teams.
Stuff.
They're just mercenaries. It's like, oh, we'll pay you more, and
well, that's the Premier League now, but
yeah, true. But I mean, but at least like fucking Manchester United won't become Shandong United and move the whole bloody, the whole stadium, the whole thing, overseas or whatever. It's at least there's no threat of that, because that would just be, just bizarre.
Yeah, that is true.
But American football teams will literally swap coasts, and it's like, well, all our fans are over there, and it's like, you'll make new fans. It's like there's no loyalty there either way, and there shouldn't be if your team can just disappear.
What's shit if your team gets moved and they end up winning the cup there.
Well, that's
next year. That's rough.
Well, I'm guessing for like Casey probably wouldn't know, but there was the football team that was Wimbledon that they went bankrupt, and they just literally went bust, and they were then moved to Milton Keynes. So what is that, north of London? So they were moved. I don't know how many miles that is, but essentially they were just reborn as a different club.
Yeah.
So they tried to keep the name. So instead of being called Wimbledon, which is an area in London, they became Milton Keynes Dons, which is obviously not the same. But it's like they founded a brand new club, but they tried to make it for that one, and people didn't like it, so they created their own club, and then they made AFC Wimbledon. But obviously MK Dons was more successful because Wimbledon had to sort of start from scratch again.
Yeah.
But no one had the affinity from Wimbledon because they essentially became a franchise, and no one wanted that. And so it was brand new fans. It's not the same because they're a brand new club. I guess the only exception to this would be Rangers, who went bankrupt and then came back as a technically Rangers new co, isn't it?
It's the Rangers or
Sevco,
Sevco.
that was it.
That's creepy.
Yeah, so they just kept themselves as Rangers, kept all their branding, kept everything the same. But
The Rangers.
yeah.
Mm.
So moving away from football then, right? So I've got a hypothetical. If I was to give you £10 million,
Jesus.
okay, but for the rest of your life, there is a snail that's trying
This
to
is a
get
classic.
you,
Yeah.
and you can't ever be touched by the snail, otherwise you'll die. Okay, so it's going for you all the time, but at the speed of a snail. So you could go to a different country, try to forget about it, but eventually the snail would turn up out of nowhere.
How?
Because it would be
See, the version I've heard is you're both immortal until one of you touches you.
Yeah, you can be immortal if you want. You can be immortal, but think about it. If you start work and then you go home at night, you'll be safe. But when you go back to work, that snail.
I
might still
don't
be there,
believe a snail could be that, because all you do if you gave us $10 million as well is you go to the other side of the world. You're safe for 100 years.
Yeah.
Guaranteed that snail would have to somehow get on a plane, like fly to get anywhere near you,
or handle the pressure of the deep ocean.
It would catch you.
What confuses me is that Liam is fine to think that the snail is immortal, but the snail getting on a plane is too far.
Because it would take it a week to just get through like an airport door.
Have you ever tried to board a plane? It takes about a week.
If it's flying through Schiphol, it'll never get through security.
But you're both immortal, so like, yeah, you're looking at it as a timeline that you're going to live 100 years. But like, let's say you're going to live 1,000,000 years. The snail.
Why would I just put the snail in a fucking cage?
Yeah, like scoop it up,
or an aquarium.
Because if you want, well, I mean, I suppose you can maybe do that. But what if it knocks over?
It's not going to knock over an aquarium. Come on, what is it?
I have 100 years to
Hulk
think
snail
how to do it.
It would.
Immortal, you can't kill it, so eventually the snail would get out.
I would spend $1 million on making a device to put it in like several aquariums that if it got out of the first one, it would need to get out of the next 100.
I'd spend 10 million on drugs and hookers and forget about the snail, and if I die happy.
Fair.
Come on, guys. Use your brain.
Yeah, think outside the box.
Technically
I am
in a couple of boxes. I'd lock in a vault, fill it with concrete, and then it's the problem of infinity. Like the snail will still be alive even if the Earth gets destroyed and you're out in space. But I mean, you could just throw it in a black hole or eventually put it somewhere so just impossible or so slow to escape from that you'd feel safe for the rest of the universe.
I'd put it in a jar of salt and it would tortured entire fucking life.
Wow, that's Guantanamo Bay shit.
That just shows you're a fucked up person, to be honest.
Yeah, not too far.
No, because it's busy trying to stay alive while I'm enjoying the 10 million while it's trying to kill me. So what's the point here?
Could you slow it down by like putting it in sinking sand or something? Or like, how would you make it hard?
You'd put it in like tar, like a big oil pit or something like that, where it just couldn't swim up.
And that's not evil.
You definitely know when the snail catches you, he's definitely taking a shit in your mouth to make up for all the stuff you've done for him.
He just needs to touch you and it's game over. Yeah. Like, he just needs to touch you. But the thing is, if you could immobilize the snail, it would be a horrible life because it would still be alive technically. It would still be immortal, but it would be immobilized.
You know what would make this hypothetical more torturous would be if it was another human, because then you'd actually feel bad about imprisoning them, or
There is a film of that, isn't it? It Follows.
No. There's also that long trailer thing where the guy follows around with the spoon, hitting the guy with the spoon. Remember that?
Yeah.
That shit is a classic. But no, honestly, I'd do what Dan do. Just fucking blow my 10 million, have a good life, and then if it touches me, then
yeah,
great.
That's what you do. All of us.
You're forgetting you're immortal.
But if it touches me, I die, right?
You're also forgetting you have to fight your sperm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be busy.
Yeah, true.
So I would chloroform the
But,
snail too.
If you're immortal, then you wouldn't worry. You would wank all the time because you cannot
You
be
just
beaten
have an
by the
army
sperm.
of sperms around.
Yeah,
you
it's the
all-
sperm immortal. That's the problem.
You know, the sperm's not, but you could probably, if you kept wanking, you got a new fucking thing that was trying to fight you. Eventually, you might be able to tame them, and that would fight the snail.
What the fuck?
The thing is, almost all of us here have said that we wouldn't want to be immortal or like ghosts forever.
Yeah, wait, I don't. Yeah,
No, I'm good.
So I think we'd live 100 years and then just embrace the snail as a friend.
Even that 100 years, I mean, I'm still not set on that either.
Again, depends if you'd age and
Yeah, I was about to say, does quality of life follow the way it does now? Because you see a lot of people that get to that age, and you're like, I would have just ended it.
yeah, that's why glass jar of salt done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the snail only probably lives about 3 weeks. So in order for it to be immortal, it can't age either.
True.
Otherwise, you'd have a very old snail. You'd have a crusty
have a-
snail.
Hold on. Snail life.
A snail with a grey beard.
Oh, what if it was one of them big, like is it Australian? One of the big snails, the like huge ones.
It's likely. If it's a terrifying animal, it's probably Australian.
2 to 5 years
you could
is
do it.
typical for most wild snails.
You can do a turtle because they're slow as shit, and they live.
Yeah,
till
but
they're
if
very
you
old.
tried to fuck up a turtle,
Yeah, but
like,
it doesn't
animal
matter.
rights-
It's immortal.
Yeah, but animal rights would be on you, like about you. They would make your life.
It'd be on you
miserable.
for the snail too. Trust me.
No.
Yeah, they
You
would.
get away with a snail.
Snails, like, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, a
Nobody
snail's
gives a
not much better than an ant, to be honest.
You'd
Right.
be on it. Yeah.
But give it a few years, and people will be identifying the snails anyway. He, them, they, snail.
Slimy fuckers. But
Yeah.
no, fuck, dude.
I mean,
Nah.
that Frenchman is going to be teased because he's going to want to eat that snail.
So the
Oh,
the
we should go.
snail.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
The
No,
snail.
it's a good callback to last week.
Is
We were
it-
talking about snail eating as well.
Yeah, we were. No, but the
As an
snail
avid
touches
listener,
me,
I
it's
knew that.
over, right?
Yeah, you're
Like,
dead.
Well, that's the perfect solution. I run out of my 10 million, and then I will find the snail and let it touch me.
Or you hire a Frenchman to eat
No,
that
it's
snail.
not any snail. It's not any snail. That's the thing. So you'll see all of these snails about all the time, and you'll be
How
living.
ma-
in a
how
field,
many
but it's
snails-
Paranoia.
How many snails do you see a day, Lewis?
Not that many.
I
Quite a
think-
few. Quite a few under my shoe.
But you would see snails when you go out, and if you did see the snail, you'd be shitting yourself because you wouldn't know if that was the snail, and you still got 9 million in the
You
bank.
got a
I-
point there, Lewis, because it's sort of like when you're looking for a mattress, then you see mattresses everywhere. So
But then, if
Yeah.
you want to make it even more frightening, is that there is just one ant that would kill you if it touches you, but you don't know which one. And then ants get everywhere. You would be terrified to walk through grass, to just walk anywhere.
yeah, that would be terrifying. Yeah.
I think
I should write this horror film.
people. I think there is one coming out, literally like that, another one. But I think if you were really like obsessed with living forever, you'd probably just live in like basically a fortress with pure like medical
Salt.
white floors. Oh, and salt.
Salt,
Just live in a
salt
salt
around the
cave.
perimeters. Yeah.
Yeah, you could just build your own hospital.
Yeah, you can have all the neops you want then, wouldn't you?
Well, I'd
Yeah.
rather not have any more, to be fair.
Yeah, your ass couldn't take it.
You still got another knee. Or 3.
No, there's no knee on the third leg.
It's just floppy.
Is that the one that is that the one that bends backwards?
Well, it makes it more fun for me.
Oh
Gotta tuck
god.
it Roll it up like a hosepipe.
Oh.
Yeah. No, the snail. Yeah, I'd blow the 10 million and then the snail.
I mean, it was a good hypothetical, but I
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
think did we say that we'd take the 10 million, or would the prospect of the ever following snail put you off it?
No, I'd take the
I'd
10
it.
million. Yeah.
Immortal or not, I'd take it, I think.
Yeah, I'd take the 10 million because you already have a way out if you get tired.
All right, Lewis, write that down. We're going with the 10 million.
Like just spray paint the snail.
Okay.
Yeah,
Keep that in
just
your journal.
tell the snail for us.
tell him it's on.
Set him out. I'm setting free. Set him free. Watch out, guys.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. Thanks for listening to the Forum Podcast, and we'll see you again next week.
I gotta say one thing. Before we go. I feel unsatisfied with this episode because I've not heard a queef.
Where's Queef for the week?
And coming live from you now with Queef Bob the Week.
I'm getting ripped tonight. R.I.P. that.
Wow! Woo!
Wow.
God
Holy shit.
damn, the stank on that one.
Yeah, Jesus. She needs to get that checked out. I think she's got like an extra hole or something.
Who wants chips and gravy?
Oh my
It's
god.
great, but it ain't no Papa John's pizza.
Right,
Okay.
stop there. Love you.
How about loud queefs then? Suck on that, man.